Ask Reddit thread. What is the most useful thing you learned from Reddit? Motivation is fickle. It's better to develop self-discipline. Yeah, I lost that in the 6th grade. How do I get it back? Link me your source. Seriously, I got fired from 2 jobs in the past 2 months. It's 4:54 p.m. and I'm in my underwear on Reddit. Like, I need actual help. Oh my god. Here you go. Enjoy. But also really consider what this post is saying. Just try it out. Also check out Don't Break the Chain. It's supposed to be inspired by Jerry Seinfeld's idea that he would take a calendar and mark with a big red X every day he did something. I believe it was comedy, but I'm really not remembered fully. As he did more red X's in a row, he was inspired by the calendar to create an even longer chain of X's on it, and it helped him avoid skipping days as it would break the chain. I've also found these useful. I hope you do it too. I stole this quote from another Redditor, and I'll say it for you tomorrow. I wish you strength and peace when you feel unsure. The giant red X thing sounds pretty great. I might need to go buy a calendar and do that. Self-motivation is like bathing. It must be repeated daily to be effective. Someone said a sugar cube is 3 grams, and to think about how many sugar cubes are in something before you eat it or drink it, and then ask if you would eat that many sugar cubes. Usually it's a no. This has helped me cut down on sugar a lot. Deleted. Ooh, I wonder what that deleted one was. Oh, there's no more comment chains to it. I saw a public health ad once that was using this tactic. It showed a can of soda with a caption like, "Would you eat 15 sugar cubes?" Yes, I would. Sugar cubes are delicious. Are you a horse? But sometimes it's a yes. Oh, looks like I had an ad pop up. Oh, it doesn't show up on OBS. You cannot say no to ice cream because everybody screams for ice cream. Relevant XKCD. A Cadbury egg has about 20 grams of sugar. 1 Cadbury egg is a nice unit of sugar content. 1 12-ounce can of soda has about 2 Cadbury eggs worth of sugar. 1 20-ounce bottle has 3. What? 1 Cadbury egg is enough to make me feel kind of gross. Now when I see Coke or Snapple or Nestle tea or whatever, I imagine drinking a couple dissolved Cadbury eggs. Wow, huh? So the takeaway is, I can eat Cadbury eggs by the handful all season and feel no worse about it than I do about soda? That's awesome. Oh, that's great. Alright, had bad skin my whole life. After changing my lifestyle/diet after high school, my acne cleared up big time, but never on my neck or right below my jawline. Randomly came across a thread on Ask Men, and someone mentioned a similar issue, and one use suggests putting alcohol on my razor blades before shaving to sterilize the blade. About 2 months later, acne is completely gone. I do this every day now. Rubbing alcohol. Walgreens brand is Arsalt alcohol to be exact, but I ran out a few weeks ago, and I have been using hydrogen peroxide since haven't noticed any changes. Double edit. For people asking about lifestyle/diet changes, it really depends on your skin type, I guess. I have naturally really oily skin, which is a whole bag of suck. I went from eating whatever I want, fast food multiple times a week, to 2,600 calories a day. Plus I started lifting and playing more rec sports, and I believe it, not swelps, helps tremendously. Lost 88 pounds in total as of last Friday. Also, I read some of the oil could actually be dehydrated skin, so my girlfriend showed me Coal Face from Lush, which I use every morning in the shower, and Septafil Daily Moisturizer for all skin types that I put in the shower. Damn, 2,600 calories. That's double what I eat. Oh, I could eat like a king if I had that many calories all day. Or, go out and eat fast food once. That's about... Oh my god, fast food has so much. They're so good, though. Oh, wow, thanks. I will tell a friend who isn't me. Edit. The most dishonest gold ever, seeing as I haven't had acne since I was a teen, and I'm 46 now. I used to have acne when I started playing football. It was like really bad around my chin, where my chin strap was. And then my grandpa bought me some like acne medication that he saw in an infomercial, and he cleared it up within like a week. So sometimes those infomercial things work. I was like, holy shit. I was like, oh, thanks, I'll use this. And I did, and it went away. I was like, oh, neat, I don't have acne anymore. So I think that it was called like Murad or something, if you want like a good acne cream that actually works. I'm pretty sure there's cheaper ones though, because those They're kind of expensive. It's like 20 bucks for a little bottle, but that's all you really need to clear it up. Because once it goes away, it doesn't really come back, because I stopped using it after it was gone, and I didn't get the acne back. Other than a few blemishes, like once a month. Raise your legs when sitting, and it will come out easier. Oh, when you're going poop. I just bend over all the way. Then when I'm done, I just close my eyes and go to sleep. If it's on the front page, it's too late to comment. Sometimes you can still get a comment in. Nah, he's got to find a good comment to write. Naturally, you have to at least try to make your reply relevant. I'll admit, I get a little frustrated if I have one of the first comments when it was still in the rising section, but then people post replies that have absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I agree with Fallen King here. About a week or so back, I threw up a comment into someone else's comment on a question like this that made it quite close to the top and ended up ranking in like 808 upvotes. I was so surprised since I normally just lurk. Yes, plus the new season of Bob's Burgers is really good. Ahead of the curve. Wait, Bob's Burgers is out? The new season? Oh, I don't watch TV anymore. Oh, I'm behind on Bob's Burgers, aren't I? What else am I behind on? I can just look those up online. I don't think I've watched Family Guy new episodes like over a year. Ever since I started rating on Sunday either. Oh well, that's not a big loss. Welp, I'm too late. Never post info that can be used to try and find who you are, because someone somewhere will be crazy enough to use that info to find out who you are and harass you, your family, and your place of work because you made them angry over the most trivial of things. It doesn't even have to be specific information like your name. Small details scattered around can easily be used to narrow down your location. So much info is available online, it's a bit scary. Luckily, I've been really careful about my online footprint since I started using the internet back when MySpace was where I put most of my info. Because I have a dad who I'd rather not find me, so I'm very careful not to give personal information, which is great because I'm a semi-YouTube celebrity now. A really small one. But still, lots of hate stuff. So someone could easily just get mad at one of the videos I make. So people get really mad about the littlest things. So it's a good thing I covered my tracks pretty well early on. Yep, there was a thread last week where someone said you can come up with your kids' first and middle names by combining your first pet's names and the street you grew up on, and then a few dozen people played their little exercise. FYI, first pet's name and the street you grew up on are very common security questions. Street you grew up on? I don't know what the hell my street is, since I moved around all the time when I was little. I know my first pet's name, but I don't ever use it as a security question. I just realized that using a generic pet name and overused street title is a great way to generate names for fiction writing. Roger, Maine. Fifi, California. Fido, 27. That is a good idea. Why didn't I ever think of that? Moon. Who names an animal Roger? Pressing 0 for customer service. I was trying to enroll from a credit card when only numbers to reach them was their automated voice machine with no caption to cancel my card. That was until I tried this trick thanks to Tech Tips sub here and actually got to reach a rep to cancel my card. Thanks for getting me out of the trap, Reddit. Confidence isn't, I know she likes me. Confidence is, I'll be okay whether she likes me or not. Yeah. I'm coming into that place, and it's strange. Suddenly, I'm totally okay if somebody doesn't call me back, because, hey, I don't call everyone back, and I wouldn't want to waste my time on theirs or theirs when we could both meet somebody we're more interested in. It's incredibly peaceful. Me at 20, I'll do whatever it takes for you to like me, just don't leave me alone. I'm not pretty, I'm not smart, I can't. Me at 30. If you don't like me, that's cool. Eventually somebody will. I'm perfectly happy being alone. I will only give up being alone when I find somebody who is better than alone. I'm not the prettiest. It isn't the end of the world. I'm not the smartest, but I'm mildly competent. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But I sure as hell give it a shot. Oh, I remember being like this. Every time I fall madly in love, I become this person. Wow, it looks like it's windy outside. Last time it happened, though, I was 19, so that was like 4 years ago. I've really gotten over this mindset, though. It's toxic. The trick is actually feeling that way. How do you actually start feeling that way? Well, to start feeling that way, you just have to pretend to be that way, and eventually you'll internalize it. I faked confidence. See, for me, it took a realistic attitude towards people, recognizing women not wanting to hang out with me is not an objective judgment from a high and on of my eligibility. It just meant one particular person would not or could not make room in their schedule for me for whatever reason. Take a moment to count the number of possible reasons that could be. There are hundreds. It also took an evaluation of priorities. What are my dating goals? Like an honest sit-down talk to myself about who I am and what I am looking for. Why am I in the market? I'm a busy man. What am I willing to offer of my time? Basically, it's about being an adult. Become an adult, you'll find you have confidence. It also took a basic faith, like a basic trust in God, the universe, whatever, that your needs will be met. Well, if you disregard the last line, it all seems pretty legit. When depressed, get up and get ready for the day, even if you have nothing to do. This helps a lot. Having nothing to do is the worst, but still great advice. I always get up and get ready for the day, no matter what. Because that's why I was able to avoid depression. What do you do after you get ready? Masturbate. Cry. Why not both? Oh, if you're thinking you're under surveillance, get a carbon monoxide detector first before making such accusations. Oh, I remember that. The story for this was basically someone thought his, he was renting a room from someone, and he thought the person he rented the room from was spying on him. And someone told him that he posted a whole bunch of symptoms of why he thought someone was spying on him, and then someone was like, hey, those are classic symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. Do you have a detector? And he's like, well, yeah, I actually do. He checked and he's like, oh crap, I'm going to be staying at a hotel tonight because it turns out I might have carbon monoxide poisoning. After his claim basically sounded like paranoia from CO poisoning. Yeah, it's right over here. I basically just summarized it though. I remember reading about that. Update, post notes left in apartment. Oh yeah, he was writing post-it notes to himself and he forgot about him. How to fix my car. I've saved hundreds, probably thousands of dollars just by asking on subreddit for my model of car and having several people chime in saying, oh yeah, that happened to me last year and here's what I did and here's a video tutorial and we'll be answering any questions in case you get stuck. Damn. There's a lot of noise going outside my window right now. I hope too much of it isn't being caught up in this video. Where to look to get college textbooks for free? Seriously, just this semester I have saved over $1,000. In a debate, your objective is to not convince your opponent. They will never change their views. Your objective is to convince the onlookers, as they have no personal stake in the outcome and are therefore more open to reconsidering their previous beliefs. Someone relevant. Also, when trying to persuade an audience, you should ask for baby steps. It's much more likely that an audience will turn hostile if somebody tries too hard to change their views. Nobody likes to be told they're wrong. Today you, tomorrow me. If you find someone in need of help that you can provide, just do it. Not for the money, the recognition, or the feeling better yourself, just because you, too, might need a stranger's help someday. I usually do it because I feel better about myself, so I can go ahead and say it's for a selfish reason. I don't really help people very often. I don't go outside. But sometimes I think I've helped a couple people jumpstart their batteries. If you roll down the front driver's side window and the rear passenger side window in your car, it creates a nice breeze for you. My AC shit out, and this advice has got me through some bad summers. What? If you roll down the front driver's side window and the rear passenger side window in your car, it creates a nice breeze. What? Never thought of trying that. I might try that next time I go into a car. Because I had a car for a long time that didn't have AC, and I had to drive that to work in the summer. And it stays in about the hundreds in the summers here, all summer. Rarely does it go below 90. So that would have been nice to know. But then again, the car I used only had 2 windows, didn't have back seats, so whatever. Probably the hidden dinosaur game in Google Chrome. Blew my mind. What is this and how do I find it? When your computer is disconnect from the internet, Chrome's error message, a little dinosaur, and some text. Press up and a minigame starts. I know about the error message, but not about the games. But then you have to put in like 50 minutes of the game to hit your high score, and your internet reconnects and your game is lost. I have Comcast, it's only a matter of time until I get to try it again. I'm on Chrome right now. I could probably try that out, but I don't want to disconnect my internet. Actually, I already have this page loaded, so I probably could try it out. I'm not going to, though. I've learned so much about programming and budgeting, just to name 2 big ones. I also have Reddit to thank for getting me into cooking with a cast iron skillet, and building a PC gaming, indie games in general, upping my Smash Bros. Skills and how to procrastinate at work. 1010 will Reddit again. You can't argue with stupid people, and stupid people often think they're clever. That's true. The post-shower hand squeegee. After you finish showering or taking a bath, I suppose, but just before you step out and towel dry, use your hands as a squeegee to scrape off water remaining on your body. I've never heard of seen such a thing before. I saw it on Reddit. Changed my life, man. Buy a plunger before you need a plunger. Reddit fucking loves this quote and plungers in general. Fuck you all, I don't own a plunger. You probably should. I only started requiring a plunger after I bought one. I had 22 plungers for years throughout my life, and since I acquired one, I have had to use it about 5 to 6 times to unblock my kitchen sink. I think buying a plunger encourages you to sink to block, so I think you're doing the right thing. Maybe you stop shitting in the sink. A big plunger doesn't want you to know. Wake up, sheeple. No matter how unique or individual you think your interest/hobby is, there's already a subreddit dedicated to it. A group of people that have taken your interest/hobby to the extreme levels. Who will love to tell you why you suck at it? Air, lol. I haven't even breathed unless you've inhaled fresh mountain air while jacking off to a bear eating a muffin at 4 a.m. I'm so close to that one. I live in the mountains, and last week I heard a lot of noise from my neighbor's house at around 400. They were out of town, so I went outside to check for them. A bear was in the trash can, eating maybe a muffin. I did not fap to this, though. Not sure what my problem was. But you had the perfect opportunity. And circle jerk about how strategy/move/card/whatever else is applicable to said hobby is subpar and only used by noobs. There's nothing that will get you that you will ever be good at naturally. For instance, Civ 5. I used to think I was pretty good. Besides the 1,000 single player hours me and my brother would play online from time to time. Usually winning. I had my own strategies plus etc. Then I find Civ. Well fuck, I'm not as good as I thought. Even worse was Age of Mythology. I would play with my friends for years, and by the end, I would stomp them every time. But alas, I play online games with someone I met online, and I get annihilated immediately. Or Star Wars Battlefront 2. I thought it was good. Took me 3 online games to get 1 kill. Damn. Or more recently, Kerbal Space Program. I was proud of myself. I beat career mode, I landed on and returned from every planet and moon. But then there's this guy who lands on the moon only using his nose. Or docks 2 ships under the moon mark. Or builds a VTOL SSTO that goes to every planet on 1 trip. Or creates a functioning Death Star that can blow up Dress. Or builds a Gilly space elevator. Or returns from Jewel with no ship, just RCS packs. Or creates a Pluto base in RSS. I didn't even install RSS correctly. I learned there's a relevant XKCD for pretty much anything. The thing to understand about the plastic crazy straw design world is that there are 2 main camps. The professionals, designing for established brands, and the hobbyist. The hobbyist mailing lists are full of drama, with friction between the regulars and the splinter groups focused on loops. Oh, that's great. People generally only agree with what they want to hear, not what is true. Confirmation bias. Some more popular logical fallacies on Reddit. Ad hominem. Doesn't matter what your point is, you are a bundle of sticks. Argument of authority. Carl Sagan smoked weed, hence weed equals good. Appeal to emotion. Look at this poor little dog. Now give me karma. Appeal to ignorance. Scientists can't explain this, therefore aliens. Loaded question. Why do you think voting for Bernie Sanders is the best option? Straw man. Or purposeful misinterpretation. A. I am not an atheist. B. You must also believe vaccines cause autism. A. You got all that from just me not being an atheist? Red herring and a threat about global warming. Marijuana legalization should be the biggest priority for anyone who can think for themselves. Fallacy, or neckbeard's delight. Your argument contains a logical fallacy, therefore everything you said is wrong. Top kick. Yeah, that's right. Just because you point out a fallacy doesn't negate the question or argument. It might just negate that one particular thing. Then again, you have to usually just explain what the fallacy is. Then again, if you know fallacies well enough, you can use them in your own arguments, because a lot of people don't know what fallacies are. That's how I use them. Purposefully. Because they allow you to win arguments real easily. As long as it's not like a super serious issue. Post incorrect information, not a question, to get accurate information. Yes, reminds me of the 2 ways to get a technical computer question answered on the internet. Say it is impossible to do whatever it is you want to do in technology question, but can easily do in some other competing technology. Watch as fanboys come out of the woodworks to correct you. Say you are a really hot girl that wants to post nudes of yourself online, but the technical issue is somehow preventing you from doing it. Watch as Redditors come out of the woodwork to help you. I am a really hot girl that wants to post nudes of myself online, but C++ is not high level enough to parse HTML. Tidy to convert HTML to valid XML, and then using XML parser such as libxml++ is a good option. Nudes now, please. Yes, that's called Hanlon's razor. Murphy's Law. No one taught me how to shave. One day in a comment thread on tips for being a man, I learned the proper way to shave my Adam's apple. Take a gulp right before shaving. Never had a cut there since. Huh, mine doesn't stick out. Never had a problem with that. I had a friend whose Adam's apple stuck out like really bad. How can I eat a door within a year? How can I eat a door within a year? Oh, I remember that thread. Duh, put it in a door jam and spread that shit on toast. But what if the door is a jar? Then open it and eat the jam. I once read a comment that is, you versus I, it's we versus problem in relationship. It's helped me out a lot when arguing with my spouse. But the problem is that she's wrong. Well, according to Slash Relationships, you should just leave her and start talking to a lawyer. It really seems like Slash Relationship has changed over the past 2 years from, he cheated on you with your neighbor's dog and promised the dog your life savings. You guys really need to sit down together and listen to each other. 2, she burned the coffee. She's probably tired from being up all night cheating on you. Start a separate account, hit the gym, delete Facebook, and lawyer up. I was told that I should divorce my husband because he was grumpy at a party. How dare he? I'm glad you got good advice. You can't trust a man who doesn't enjoy every party he's ever been to. There was also a handful of people telling me I was an abusive one because I encouraged him to go in the first place. I guess we're both very toxic people. Some links are better left unclicked, like the one that first redirected you to Reddit. That Control-Shift-T opens up a recently closed tab in a browser. I use this all the time. I learned that from Reddit. How to steal jokes and pass them as my own. My correct bra size. Well, I'm subscribed to a couple of niche subreddits. I've learned more about knitting, crochet, speaking Spanish, and even sex. But one thing I've learned most from my time on Reddit is that there's a niche for every hobby, every idea, and everything. There's a community to be built out of almost anything. My tablet autofill puts 2 spaces and I have no idea how to change it. Push on your gooch a little to get that last bit of pee out. What? PSA for sitters and potential ladies. Good idea. The better idea is if you are a sitter, pee, stand up, sit down, pee a little more. Helps. It's that bit between the penny pouch and the chocolate fountain. If you are lying to me, I swear I'll never be able to trust again. Am I the only one who... No. Once I found out that other people pee in the sink and only poop before showers, I knew there was nothing that made me special. Gross, who pees in the sink? To ask myself, what do I want to feel with this alcohol drink in my hand? Been struggling with alcoholism for years and finally found a way to do the most difficult thing ever. Moderate. That putting down toilet paper in a toilet before pooping prevents splashback. Putting down toilet paper in a toilet before pooping. Oh, okay. Don't buy cheap dildos. Deal don'ts. Don't fuck a PVC pipe. Source. What? Here you go. Not safe for work, just in case. You know, you thought fucking a PVC pipe would somehow be safe for work. Okay. I'll be right back. Just gonna stick a fork in my eyes. Oh my god, I want to click on that. Oh, but I really don't want to see that. That not everyone deserves a chance. Sometimes you have to give up on people. Lots of them. Ooh, that's good advice. Similar lesson. Just because it's their best doesn't mean it has to be good enough for you. This is actually really useful info. Just cut people out. You won't miss them. There's also the thing that people are not perfect, and you have to accept their faults. But if their faults are too numerous and that you just can't mesh well with them, it's probably time to just cut them out of your life. Convinced my wife to do this after years of abuse from her mom. She went to no contact for a whole year and became a completely different person. She had confidence, self-esteem, and a whole lot less anxiety. She decided after a year that she was strong enough to let her mom back in her life in a very limited way. She now knows that she is the one in charge of her relationship with people and doesn't let her mom bother her anymore. Let's see. Just like Hitler, all of Reddit, the I and not. Everyone has dumb ideas about how to run the world in high school and college. Life has taught me that most society problems can be summarized as really fucking complex and difficult to solve. Everyone has dumb ideas about how to run the world. There are people in factories somewhere whose job it is to make memes for every single situation on the internet. If this is true, I must strive for such a career. You merely adopted the dank. I was born in it, modeled by it. However quirky and weird you like to think you are, there's someone with a cum box out there. Ugh. That there is a big difference between having a hot wife and your wife being a hot wife. What? What's the difference? A hot wife is an attractive spouse. A hot wife is a married woman that actively fucks other guys, often encouraged and watched by her husband. Similar to cuckolding, but without the humiliation. Sometimes from a chair, sometimes from a closet, almost always dressed as Superman. Rick and Morty. My man, snap, slow down. You're not in traffic, you are traffic. Hi honey, sorry I'm going to be late, I'm traffic. The arrow next to the gas pump icon on your car's dashboard tells you which side of the car your gas tank is on. I drive rental cars a lot. This tip is very helpful. Wait, what? The arrow next to your gas pump icon tells you... Oh, I should check that out. It doesn't matter how smart you are or how educated you are on topic. It's how convincing and eloquent you can sound when arguing it. Charisma. Wet shaving with double-edged safety razor, brush, and real shaving soap instead of using canned foam/gel on a cartridge razor all but eliminates razor rash, ingrown hairs, and irritation. Eel. Lots of stuff I don't have to deal with. Lift blanket with feet, swing blanket under feet, cozy feet. You were living without this move, if you call that living. I just straight up don't use blankets during the summer. I just lay right on top of my comforter. Can't wait till it gets cold again where I can actually get underneath it. I've been doing this all my life because I don't want the monsters reaching under my blankets and touching my feet. It also keeps them, my feet, not the monsters, warm in the winter. You can kill an erection by squeezing your thighs together really tight for about 30 seconds, then release so the blood leaves your penis and goes to your thighs. The squeezing didn't kill the boner. The cramp was super effective though. Did you just happen to have a boner while reading that? Or did you read it and then conjure up a boner to experiment? Yes. I am 70 and have been a fan of Reddit for some time. The most valuable thing I've learned on Reddit is that you young people are smart, clever, industrious, caring, and funny. Keep it up. This is a different reply. Not because you're 70, but because you called us smart. Weird. Never ride a motorcycle in a third world country. You will get run over by the biggest truck that country has to offer. Alright. Oh shit, this is like half an hour long. That was way longer than I wanted it to be.